11 o'clock is about the sweet spot for when it's going to be making landfall onto the Big Bend of Florida here, just south of Tallahassee. And as we go into 12 to 1 a.m., it will be making its way across the Florida-Georgia line, bringing hurricane-force wind gusts. Catastrophic amounts of flooding associated with significant river flooding and landslides will be possible, especially up here in the mountains from the tri-state area up into the Blue Ridge Mountains in the Carolinas. You guys could be seeing some mudslides and landslides as well. When can these heavy hurricane force wind gusts be approaching North Georgia? Well, I'll take you through it. Here it is, Thursday at 10 p.m. We can see a little bit of a spike here, near 30 miles per hour wind gusts here in Toccoa. They're starting to ramp up here. This is tropical storm force wind gusts, and it's still not quite here yet. So they're going to be intensifying well into the night. You guys can see 50 miles per hour plus for much of eastern Georgia. The last 24 to 36 hours has been because of a predecessor rain event. This is not to do anything with the hurricane. It is getting some of that moisture from the hurricane, but it is something completely different. So what we've seen is not the hurricane. In fact, we will be seeing the hurricane tonight when it's going to be making landfall, most likely as a strong Category 4. 79 degrees on kickoff at 7:30 on Saturday. From there, it's just going to be decreasing as we go on into your nighttime. 73 degrees by the end of the game at around 11 o'clock. Some showers could be in the forecast. Here we go, 70 degrees here in Athens, really riding the line of upper 60s and 70 degrees, but dew point all over mid 60s right now. Speaking of those, feels like temperatures a little bit higher, but it's a trade-off. We do have some rain to cool you off if you do get hot. 84 degrees is the number here in Athens right now, but as we make our way west across the state, you can see those temperatures really start sparking up into the upper 80s over in the northwestern part of North Georgia. That is because they do not have as many clouds over there, so they have plenty of sunshine. That's going to be keeping them toasty. Not a whole lot of clouds to be seen, except for Saturday night, there could be a few bundles of clouds right to the west of Atlanta. But Lake Charles all the way down to Galveston, you guys are in a coastal flood warning. And the biggest part about this, these are tide induced. The high tides are going to be 2 to 3 feet more than what they are normally. Going into your nationwide look though, the 90s, they're widespread. We have a heat dome all the way from Philadelphia down into Texas and New Mexico. It's going to be dry as we go into tomorrow too, but towards the end of the day, we're going to be ramping up. We're going to be ramping up in temperature and humidity. We're going to be sizzling at 100 degrees tomorrow with some isolated storms towards the tail end of the day. It is the only Category 4 storm to ever have been formed in the month of June. This is definitely an ominous start to this year's hurricane season. Behind me here is Hurricane Beryl, and it is just continuing to barrel into the Caribbean right now. It's starting to bear down onto Jamaica. On that dirty side of this hurricane, it is the front right quadrant. This quadrant right here from the eye going into 2 a.m. tonight is going to be pretty clear for most of our region. And then it's starting to cloud back up going into your morning time, going to 8 a.m., 12 p.m. tomorrow. Here we go, all the clouds are back. These storms could start flaring up right here north of Atlanta here. We still have extensive cloud cover. That's going to be trying to ease up though as we go into your 4th of July night, and that is going to be making for a decent firework night. In the mid 90s, Saturdays, our dew points will be falling off a cliff, so those humidity values will be decreasing going into Saturday and Sunday. Those heat indexes will not be triple digits like we've been seeing them. 108 today. 96 degrees is about the warmest or about the coldest you're going to be seeing. As we go into Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, Wednesday, a 5-day stretch where you could be seeing near triple digits, high temperatures. We do have a heavy stretch of rainfall from LaGrange all the way down to Madison here. That's where some of the heaviest rainfall can be found, especially on Saturday evening. That's where some localized flash flooding could take place. We're going to be colder than average here, and there's just a big bullseye right over the southeast here. We have this jet stream that's really going to be stagnant over the next really 6 to 10 days here, going to be allowing for some colder air to really infiltrate into our region, allow for some of this moisture down here to be brought up as well. We're going to be having a colder and wetter next 6 to 10 days. So Saturday, Sunday is going to be a wet one with highs into the 80s, but after that, we are going to be walking the line between 90 and 89.